All right, welcome back to another exciting episode of Minetest Gameplay of Swords. Yes, today we are going to look at two mods, one called Sea Doors and one called Facade. So let's go. And if you like what you see here, please consider liking and subscribing. It is greatly appreciated. All right, so what we have two mods here. One is called Facade, and the developer is, I just figured this out. TumeniNodes. Yeah, I am 5 cans short of a 6-pack. Yes, and I found this accidentally. While checking out the Android app on my Android tablet and going through the mod, there's another app, a companion app that has mods to it. And I came across this one and really fell in love with the styling of it. And that's the great thing about this game is all the different styles and what you can make with it. As you can see here, it kind of gives off that Greek kind of Parthenon, or Roman architecture. Anything that has the big, huge columns, and this is somewhat like the Art Deco mod, but in this case, better because it utilizes a bunch of different building materials. And the second mod, kind of oddly enough, by the same person, Sea Doors, which I suppose means for centered doors. So we are going to take a look, take two, at both of these mods. And the links to them will be in the show description, as always, with the other ones, the mods that I use. So real quickly, I have a little setup demonstration area here. And the main thing about these, which I failed to show, here's a door from the other, just the home decor, the grate, and you can see how it's not centered; it's off into one area. So what happens is you get a connected texture on one side, and this looks okay, but if this were in the center, it would look a lot better. So that being said, we come over here and we have some regular glass doors, a little glitchy. We have a wooden door and a steel door. Cool sounds. I gotta hand it. I like that. So I was looking for windows and doors for my villa build, and one of the comments was from TumeniNodes, and he said, "Hey, what about my doors?" Now, the only problem, like these obsidian doors, these look good, and I can tolerate the glitching, and I'm not sure if that's something on my end. I haven't been able to try it. These look really good because the glass is really clean and the textures are nice. So I will plan on using these doors in builds. We have the door, we have little half windows, and there's a lot of uses for this stuff. We'll get into role playing stuff. Here's a full door, sort of like a French door. Another full door, and you could stack these. I mean, let's take that door here. You could do something like that and have just one open, or both, or you have a one-piece door. Come over here, we have some like a French door style. It gives a really, really nice look on it. Over here, role playing, I have, how you can take a fireplace, and usually on my fireplaces, I will use something. Ooh, I don't have that enabled on here. Well, that failed. Usually like L panes or X panes, those glass panes, and I'll cover the fireplace. But this is more interactive because you can have it open like you're feeding fire into it, or feeding fire into it, feeding wood into it, or whatever material that you're going to build. So you could really use these windows and doors for a lot of different purposes. And over here, we got this real good looking brown wooden door. My mouse is sticking again. And I'll show you a better example of it in a second here. Let's see, did I cover all of them? We have the glass, regular glass doors, which look, the glass looks really cool. We have a wooden door and a steel door. And that's one heavy steel door. Obsidian, regular white, and steel. So there's a lot of really cool things that you could do with these doors and windows. And here's one example. I made a telephone booth. Or I don't have the mod. Oh, I should have enabled the mod. You open it up and you could put that real-time elevator in here. And what I plan on doing with something like this, I made this with the center tiles, the more blocks stone tiles, and the circular saw. Just by taking the circular saw, going in, doing that, and taking this stone tile or whatever else that you want to take, and different panels, and I made it. So your imagination and whatever effect you're trying to pull off, it's kind of a thick phone booth, but it serves its purpose. What I plan on using this exact thing for is in the next mansion. In the center of the mansion, you could put the real-time glass elevator in here, go up, and give it a real rich look around that. So yes, that will work fine. Maybe I have a trav net. Yes, I do. So you could literally take a telnet box. Now that was dumb. Doesn't matter. Put that there. Bam. There you go. The only problem is with something like this, because when you go in and you right click on it, that's how you get in there. But once you get in there, you can't close the door because the TravNet takes over. But once you're out of it, and that looks really cool in a house. So it's all depending on what, obviously back here would be just for decoration. Obviously, whatever you could dream up. And that's the whole point of this game, is making something work that isn't automatically given to you. So that works on that. That is really, really cool. Now we come in here. Got to close everything up. I have it out here. Look at that. I was playing with the steel door. I was playing with the doors because I found something in the instructions for these doors. I just created like a pocket door. If this door was centered, this would look absolutely phenomenal. Using a castle or something. But it's not. But it's tolerable, if that's a word. Yeah. I like that door. You don't get the effect. Only one side gets a real good effect. So, as you can see here, this one's flush with the interior, where I have set up one of my 4 high arches with the wooden doors. You can open all these doors up, gain access to your... They'll all open, even though the top ones kind of don't look that good being open, but you could theoretically open all these doors. And it has a real nice look to it. It'll pull off whatever kind of effect that you're going for. Now we come over here. I have them set up here as like a room divider. Now here's the same ones in steel, double door steel, wrought iron. And these look pretty cool. If you want to do like a darker castle type look with the black stained glass, there you go. So your imagination you're only limited by your imagination and what you want to do with it. And close that up. Here's the original ones of the Simple Arcs mod. And you can see how they have the little streaks in the glass. And these are done, I believe this looks 16 by 16 pixel. You see how big they are? That is the only complaint that I have, is the glass. And I'm wondering if there's, I looked to see, sometimes a developer will put in different resolution textures. That's the only thing, is the glass, is those, how big those are. But the way that these doors work, and these don't glitch at all, the way that these doors work and the principle, but being in the center, is fantastic. I would like to see a lot of other door styles with that same principle where they go in the center. It just makes things look way better than putting a door here and then putting a block around here and taking up more real estate. It gives it a more realistic look. So those are C doors. And again, the links will be in the show notes. Very cool. Oh, the sun's going down. So the second half of this is going to be, come out here. And this is just my little playing ground where I just see how good that door looks on this side. Yeah. So then we come out here. Look how good that looks on that build with the screen door. This is the facade, and this is my take on it. You saw what was in the, he had the whole archway over it and everything connected. But you can come up to like let's say a city park. And you could imagine seeing like that, or on a real ritzy house. Let me get a better view of it here. I really like that. I'm going to be using that. And it uses it'll use the clay blocks, and also many different, all the baked clay, if you have baked clay installed. So here is the blue, and we have brown, any color you want, sandstone. We have desert stone, the light gray. Let's see, my favorite dark gray. Let's see, sandstone columns, white baked clay. Did I pass over it? I saw it yesterday. It's brown. Oh, right there. Dark clay. So they have a real good look to them. So you want to make decorative edging, anything like that. Look at that. I am really, I love decorative blocks. So again, your imagination with whatever, your imagination is limited to what you want to build with these. You could build these columns. You could build, Greek and Roman architecture. It has a real good look to it. I put some iron bar fencing there. You can make a real nice fence out of it. On my tablet, which that video I do, I review the mobile version of the Minetest app, and I built a small building with it. And it turned out pretty good. So there you have it. You have all these different style blocks. There's inner corners. Oh, the ones that I didn't show is, I think it's that one. Yeah, that's not a corner one. There's a corner one. Here's another corner, clay corner. So let's grab, oh, we already have it. But let's grab that one. So this is a corner, and this is a clay column. So let's take a clay column. Let's go somewhere that we're not. So on the, obviously on the end, you can see that there's nothing in the middle here, and there's nothing on the end here. You use a different one. I think this is just regular clay. And you come up, and because it takes a couple of these to give the effect. And I'm flying around real quickly. You can see how you have this decorative. Then you come back in, you grab a corner, grab a column corner. And I kind of botched that up a little bit, but you get the idea. And then come back in here and do something like that. You know, so you have an inside corner. You know, there's a lot of different room variations and possibilities that you could do with these blocks. And that's the exciting part about it. So I am really, really enjoying these. And then you have the bottom part, which you see over here. This is white clay, and this is just regular clay. There's a corner. Obviously, there's an end. So these are just, they're very good looking blocks, and I will be using these in a lot of other builds. I like that. I like that park. I want to create a gated entrance to a park, and I want to use that because that looks really, really good to me. It's subjective. Yeah. And if you notice, so that's on there. I also tried playing with, in the last video, these different castle gates, and it said it showed the gates where you could separate them by using the edge gate, and I haven't been able to get that to work. So unfortunately, that little experiment failed. It looks like you can, so you could split these gates to have one side open one way and one side open the other way, but I wasn't able to make that work. One of the other things, because I'm not going to make totally, look at all the vegetation here. I went absolutely crazy with this last mod. look at all the trees and stuff. Let's take an acacia sampling and some bone meal. Look at that. I love that. And you have the bone meal, the mulch, and the other one, which is, bone meal. And one is for seeds, like this one, the mulch you put over seeds. It makes the seeds grow quicker. They all do specific things. But my favorite has got to be that fertilizer, just making trees instantly grow. So if you're working on something and you need immediate feedback of how a tree is going to look, well, there you have it. So I went absolutely crazy putting this stuff out, and it randomizes it really cool. So if you're trying to fill up an area real quickly, look at that. It is so cool. Try one more thing real quickly. I wanted to see how this bush looked. So we have a Acacia Bush. Oh, I guess the bush looks okay, but I totally overgrew this area. There were no, yeah, that tree went through the roof of my, my little, cylinder house over there. I didn't think it would, but, so there you have it. We have the sea doors, which the concept of it and the looks that they pull off are fantastic. I will be using that door a lot because I like this white, the white one and the wooden door, and it centers it. You just have to figure out what you're going to do with your, you know, your base plate here, how you want that, make that look. And it just gives a great look. We have the decorative facade in all different colors, as you can see. So it's up to the user, your imagination. Here's stone and stone carved. That's gonna look pretty awesome. Just to make just the different materials that you can make out of this, whether it be a decorative garden or top of a wall. And I really like those the column look on that and that definition for the decorations up there. So this is fun. I love this. I really like this kind of gate entrance to a mansion or a city park, you know, a grand entrance. And that's the feeling that it immediately gave me, is the what I wanted to pull off with it. So these are fantastic. And go back into here. However you want to use these windows, in whatever kind of feeling that you're going for, whether it be for a fireplace front or just, you know, French style windows, partitioning off, like those French windows, those French doors. Usually you'll see them between a living room and a sitting room or something like that. But these brown ones look really, really good in this villa part, or in a library or some other kind of, you know, huge building like this. And the black ones look really good. And then the steel ones. And then the original glass from the Arcs mod. So your imagination is whatever you want to do with them, and whatever look that you're going for. So that's a real quick video. And the Bonemeal one, I will put a link in the description for that one, because that's very similar to the Minecraft Bonemeal. And I've always been jealous of that. And I found that also while using the mobile app. So that's why there are some people have made an attempt to categorize all the mods and have them in one place where you can search them. And I really think that would be better than in the forum, where you have to sift through link after link after link. You know, there'll be questions in there, even in the mod section. If you could have one place where you can go, like on the mobile app, where it just lists the mods, and then it has links to the forum page. So I've been discovering new mods and different building materials, and I'm a sucker for decorative building blocks, and I will be using the doors and these facade blocks in the future, and the Bonemeal. Because look at just the satisfaction and the fun of taking the Bonemeal and, you know, throwing that in there. You tell me that isn't fun. So yeah, it's cool. And real quickly, because Come on. Oh. You know, in rehearsal, this was all planned, all practice out. I didn't think I was going to put the bone meal one in here. I was going to make a separate video. That's Tenplus1's bone meal. So here you can see here, growing the wheat, growing the trees, and the mulch. So, yeah. Works with more trees, as you saw. Very, very, very nice. And it's just fun. I think I've overdone it with this area. I can't find any more spare area. There's something oddly satisfying about growing things. There you have it. I have completely obliterated this area with wildlife. And it'll mix in all the different flowers and stuff. So, yeah. That's going to do it. Thank you for watching. If you like, please share, like, and subscribe. Go from there. And build stuff. So, we went from 59 degrees back down to 10 degrees in Chicago. It is cold out. So everybody stay safe and warm until the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.